Hello and welcome back to XCOM 2. I'm Chris Cavalier. So we have basically the same group we've been using quite often. Let's see here. I did equip Farron. Let's actually take a look at Farron real quick here. With the exosuit, so you can see he's looking pretty buff here. And he probably can lift anything his wife asks him to now with no problem. He can move couches with one hand. He's looking pretty good. So we got him buffed up with the exosuit, and it does have a rocket launcher on it. We would need to start building potential experimental heavy weapons that we could put on there. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to go look at building weapons, and I think we're going to go ahead and upgrade to the Gauss rifle and the Mag cannon. So that's going to be a new sniper rifle, and then new big weapons for our big boys, the Grenadiers. Oh no, Brent, they're going to see Brent coming a mile away. Well, looks like we could actually get some other things on here. Let's see, a superior autoloader. So right now he has the trigger, the hair trigger. Now let's go ahead and give Brent the superior autoloader just with that advanced hair trigger. I think that'll be a pretty good combination. And then we need to make sure that Brent's weapon is of a color befitting a ninja. I don't know if we had that color, and maybe we want to have a classic. Does that fit him? Yeah, that fits. There we go. Brent is set to go. Mike. Mike definitely needs something new on here. So he has a scope. And then maybe we just give him the extended magazine. No, let's give him the autoloader. I don't know who else I'm going to give it to. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That fits. Mike does like the black. Let's see here. And then April Jester. You know, she can get something. You know, she could go with an expanded magazine. You know, the expanded magazine might work out better than the autoloader. Let me think about this for a second. The autoloader would give us one free reload and increased clip size. I don't know, let's go with the autoloader. I'm sure I could probably debate it all day long here. Let's go ahead and change the color. Is that what we want to do? This is kind of a darker red. Maybe I like that better. Does that fit her alright? That fits her alright. Okay, let's get on with it. Let's get on with things.
Sky Ranger deployed.
That's what I like to hear.
In position for deployment.
Operation Shadow King.
Dr.
Good
Tygan has
times.
picked up a signal from a hidden alien communications relay sending data to the Advent network from this area. Anything we can do to disrupt the aliens' logistics increases our chances of stopping their progress. We'll need to secure the area and eliminate any hostiles, then destroy the relay before they finish their transmission.
Alright, look at this crew. Brent looks like he's ready to go. He has a new weapon. Mike with the new weapon. April with the new weapon. Farron has an exosuit with a rocket launcher, with a wrist rocket launcher. We're ready to go. Ready to make things happen. I'm so excited I have no idea what our mission even is. That could be a bad sign.
Menace 1-5, the communications relay is up ahead. Move in and destroy the target. We're in a concealed position.
Alright. So we have a data transfer happening in 8 turns. We've got a big window there. So I think that is definitely going to help us out. You know, we could probably put April right back over here. Yeah, something like this. You know, maybe we don't even move her right away. Let's see, who is this? Mike. Should we get Mike down into the mix here? The first move is always the scariest, because you might just run into civilians. Your first step off.
Hostiles making the rounds.
Alright. So I think we're going to get off shooting these guys right away. We're going to set up our ambush. So Mike is ready to go. Let's see, where can we get Brent? You know, Brent... If we put Brent at the picnic table... So Brent, I'm going to put you there, but I don't want you to eat.
Good copy. Moving on.
I want you to set up an ambush here. So if you can do that for me, Brent, I would appreciate it. We're going to want to start this up. Maybe not Brent. Let's see, Farron. Farron may have to get down there to get a shot off. Isabel. You have a shot from there? You do. Shot from there? You do. You got some options. Ooh, that's pretty good too. Except for you won't be able to do your ambush from there. Okay, you go ahead, set up your ambush. You know, April probably can take the shot from up here. It's just scary leaving her like that. Okay, Mike, you go ahead. Go in Overwatch. Cavalier. Why can't I click right there? So Cavalier is at least able to see somebody from right there.
Headed there now.
So that'll work. Let's go ahead and have April shoot. We'll leave Farron. Let's see, she can shoot him 6 to 8. We have a chance at taking him down. 7 damage to the Mouton's noodle.
We're spotted!
Okay, let's see what they do. Cavalier got him hollow targeted. It looks like we just took these guys down pretty easy. Okay, Mike, take it easy. Take it easy.
Who's keeping score?
Promotion for Mike, well deserved. Okay, Farron. So, you know, we may just move Farron quite a bit forward. He is still concealed. I don't know how he's concealed with that squeaky armor. Cracking me up, Farron. Farron with the squeaky armor. Where do I want to send him to? Probably... Look at that, I can see somebody over there already. Does April have a shot? She doesn't. Do we dare move Farron that dangerously close?
Already
Why
there.
not?
Hostile targets in sight.
Alright. So I think we're going to get a shot on these guys immediately. What does April not have a shot for? Well, that's a bummer. Why doesn't she have a shot? Oh, let's go move her over here. And I guess Farron just doesn't see all of them. She has a free reload. You know, we may just have her do an Overwatch. Makes me wonder if we can all sneak up closer or not. Probably not. Probably won't work that well. Jeez, do we want to do something like that? Doesn't seem that safe. Doesn't really seem too safe. You know, let's throw Mike up here. Mike has the better armor. Okay, he didn't set anything off, so that means we can go ahead and move other people in closer. Watch Brendel set them off. Nope. Surprise, surprise.
On my way.
Yeah, she can go Overwatch. I think Cavalier can move up. Can't quite move up close enough here. Maybe we'll have him run over here. Alright, let's see if they do anything. Oh, they're moving towards us. That's always good. And they're kind of have a slow, lazy patrol going on.
They called in backup.
Holy cow. That's pretty soon. 83 there, 85 there. I was hoping that we would have the big boss man. You know, Farron could actually go over here, and from concealment, he is pretty dangerous. You know, another thing that we could do is a grenade shot. Oh, let's write the rocket launcher. Rocket launcher might be kind of cool too. We could actually get to see that for the first time. So if we do that, she could do the kill zone.
Lockdown confirmed.
Let's see here. So let's move Mike over here. Oh, and I set him off. That's okay. Let's see how the kill zone works. Ouch. 7 damage. That was to the officer. Now looks like I missed to one of the troopers.
Come on.
And the other one didn't move that much. Okay, so that was kind of a bad move on my part. That's pretty typical, though. Me doing the bad moves. Okay, before we get too crazy with that... You know, I think we do have quite a bit of ordnance that we probably could throw at them. You know, Brent could do something like that. Let's just make sure that we take out their cover as much as possible. That works. Let's see, I wonder if you can actually take out that wall or not. Yeah, let's just do that.
Fire in the hole!
See what you got, Mike. It's the 4th of July. Okay, that's pretty nice. What do we have next? We got the specialists. We have Farron. Farron could actually move closer and get a pretty good shot. You know, from this particular situation, he does get a bonus. Cavalier could get the guy in the back. Farron will probably take this guy out with one shot. Yeah, only a 10 damage crit. We'll take it.
Check it before you get too close. They've seen me.
Alright. So let's see, Cavalier could move up here. I always hate you can never see quite enough. You know, he also could just go from where he's at here. Let's make sure that we can do that. Yeah, let's just do that. It's a pretty safe move.
Evidence located.
Okay, now Isabel. So if Isabel moves here, she'll get a shot at this trooper. Take it. Look at that, right to the noggin. So we cleared them all out, and that should end our turn. We'll have these guys landing in on top of us.
Watch the flank. They're moving.
Looks like a trooper, a shield bearer.
Got some advent here.
Nope. 2 troopers and a mech. Not looking too dangerous. You know, I may even try something a little unorthodox here. Let's go ahead and have her do her free reload.
Locked and loaded.
Where's Cavalier at? What does Cavalier have for an option for haywire on this mech? Sometimes these are interesting. So let's see, we could disable it, 91% chance. We could also try to take temporary control of this unit, which is a 46% chance. You know, we could do this for fun. Should we give it a try? Let's do it. No, no! It did not work. And now we just increased its aim and defense. Great. Perfect. That's okay. It'll be fun.
Can't get this one.
Yes, I noticed that, Cavalier. You are an embarrassment. Okay, so we have all kinds of options here. What do we got? 93, 87, 67. You know, so what we may do... Let's see here, what can we do? We don't have anybody on Overwatch, which is good. Let's go ahead.
Here I come.
Have Mike move up. Mike has lots of grenades. You know, that's kind of his thing. It's kind of his thing. You know, so we could clear him out. We could also blow up Farron, which would be fun as well. Let's just go ahead and throw that in there. It'll clear out his cover. That's right. Let's see here. Farron. Let me just set him up
I'm
to
trusting you
flank
here.
this guy. Come on, Farron. Let's see what you got. Only 6 damage. Not another one of these 1 hit point things again. So we got Isabel. We got Brent. Okay. So let's see, she can do her lightning hands. What's she have here? 97 there. Well, I guess that's her only option on this guy. We're gonna use it. Okay. Weakens him a little bit. You know, and then we probably need her to go after this mech. See what we can do. 8 damage. Put him down. Great job,
Not too
April.
shabby.
Not shabby at all. She is promoted. And Death from Above, she gets another opportunity, which I think we'll just have her do Pistol Overwatch.
I'm on it.
See, we got Brent and we got Isabel. What does Brent have for opportunities here? 76 on this guy. He's kind of just out in the open here, which is not real good. What does she have? 91 and 44. You know, she could seriously move up, get up in his business and shoot him, and then Brent could actually shoot a grenade there. You know, it kind of leaves Brent, or not Brent, but Farron in a tough spot. Yeah, it looks like that would actually work. What's Isabel got here? 91. So if we move up on this guy, we're going to have better than a 91.
Sure thing.
What's that put us at? 100. 63 there, 100 here. Let's take it. That was very effective. That's exactly how she fights, too. She gets right up in your face.
Weapons burning ammo fast.
Okay, a bit of a waste of grenades in this one, but we'll do it. Yeah, Farron, keep your head down. Brent's in the house. Okay, let's go ahead and keep on moving forward here. Farron, can you get to that? You can. Is it going to be a dangerous maneuver? Probably.
Objective sighted.
There we go. We got a scope and an auto loader.
It's heavier than it looks.
Okay. So it looks like it's fairly safe to move forward quite a bit, but I don't think we're going to get too crazy. It'd be nice if I went to blow all the cover up in here. Yeah, I got a little wild. Let's try something like that.
Covered.
Look at this. I'm finding us all kinds of trouble. 69, 45, 17. You know, I think we're going to take this 69. Question is, can we get Brent in closer to light one of them up? Not quite.
Already there.
What about Cavalier? Cavalier probably can go something like that. Actually, we're going to do Cavalier
Heading out.
not quite that far. So I have a plan for him. So I think we're just going to have to take this shot and hope we can hit it. Oh, look at that. 9 damage crit from
You see
April.
that one?
Jeez, we put down 1 sectoid. That's very nice. Let's see here. She has a reload. Do we want to use it? Probably not a bad choice.
Back in.
Isabel, we can move forward.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is what I am thinking that we're going to do. Cavalier's going to go ahead and use aid protocol. Let's see, we want to use it on Mike here, who is our gunner. And that should give him an overwatch shot. And I think she will use the aid protocol as well. I don't think they can both do it on him. Nope, they can't. Okay, so we can either give it to Brent or we can give it to Farron. You know, I guess Farron's probably in a pretty safe spot, so maybe we'll give it to Brent. And then we'll see what they do. And we got to get over there and clear this data transfer thing out. Running out of time. Okay. I was expecting that he would teleport. He'll probably do his void thing. Okay, he's doing his void thing. I think he has Brent and Cavalier. Look at this. Mike. Wow. That threat assessment was awesome. Nice shot, Mike.
Yes. You see that?
So That was pretty impressive. That's a pretty cool ability. Okay.
The alien transmission is still active and we're running out of time. Get to the relay and take it out, ASAP.
Alright, alright. We're working on it. So we only have a 37% shot there, but we do have some ways of improving upon that. You know, one thing that we could try to do is try to get Farron in here and try to take this guy down by himself. Not very good odds. Let's see, if we shot a grenade in here, it would clear that out, but it would probably not do enough damage to make it worthwhile. Which makes me wonder how much a combat protocol would actually do to this guy. Only 2 damage. So that's nothing special. So what I think we're going to try is actually send Farron in. Oh boy. You know, that looks like a propane tank. Let's see here. So Brent is out of grenades. Farron has a grenade. Mike has a grenade. Farron also has that rocket launcher. You know, we may go ahead and use the rocket launcher. If I'm going to do that, maybe I'm going to move back here a little bit.
What's over there?
That is funny. Farron opens the door and then runs through. I wonder if I can take this all out with one blow. Farron, if you do this, you will go down in history as like the biggest badass ever. Okay. Okay, you got it all lined up.
This one's for you.
Let's... Oh, I was expecting more of an explosion from that propane tank. Okay, so he's gonna set up a clone, which went in a really weird spot. Okay, that was kind of weird. Let's see here, Mike does have some options. What if we send Mike back there? Okay, let's go back to Mike. Back to Mike. So what if we have Mike go right over here?
Let's move already.
So he only sees the one of him. Oh, Mike, take him out. Well, I guess I should probably use a grenade. Okay. Hopefully that car's not going to blow up now.
You want some more? Guns dry.
Okay, it doesn't look like it. Isabel, you do have a pretty good shot at that guy, so you might as well take it. Very nice. So there is one more left.
Negative ammo. I'm spent.
Let's see, Brent we're going to want to move. So yeah, you can do a reload. You can move forward a little bit. You know, you have a good shot at that thing. You can take that down. That worked out nicely.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Alright. That ends it. You'd have to say that mission was even a little bit sloppy. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. I'm just not able to think strategically for some reason. But we made it through. You know, I really like that threat assessment that we put on Mike, and he was able to do that Overwatch shot. That worked out great. And we did some type of risky things. We had Isabel run out in the middle of the street and just blast the guy at point blank. We had that grenade shot over the top of that car. If that car would have blown, Farron would have been done for.
Impressive work, Commander. The aliens are probably still wondering what hit them.
I'm still wondering how we survived. Okay, steady hands or aim. Hunker down now confers a +20 aim to the first shot in the following turn. If you did not move last turn, gain +10 aim, +10 crit. You know, we're going to go steady hands, I think. Let's see, Farron. Let's see here. Blade Storm is kind of cool, but since you've gone this other route, see if you score one or more kills on your turn, you are granted a single bonus move. Let's go ahead and go with that. Mike. Hidden ability uncovered, kill zone. Wow. Take a reaction shot against any enemy that moves or attacks within a cone of fire. That's pretty interesting. Oh boy, what do I want to take with you? Volatile Mix. Grenades have an increased radius of 1 tile and deal +2 damage. And then the chain shot, if you take a shot with an aim penalty of 15, you hit the target, you take another shot on the target automatically. You know, I think we're probably going to go with the Volatile Mix. Since you get a lot of grenades, I think that's a good way to go. Pretty fearsome crew, able to survive my really bad decisions. Advent Mech Breakdown.
You have done an outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
Thank you, spokesman. Dr. Emmanuel Andre. Increased research by 14%. I like that. Let's see, where are we at here? So we're waiting for our resistance comms to come up. We're waiting for our power relay. Clearing some alien machinery here.
We're making progress against the aliens, and it sounds like we're starting to get the civilians' attention in the colonies. It's important that the crew knows people out there need us and want us to help turn this thing around. They have to know there's a reason to endure all this.
Alright, so we have 130 supplies.
Commander,
Look at.
I've been digging through some of the old data files Central has been holding on to since before the war. I keep running across notes scrawled in English and what looks like broken German. I should probably ask him about it. What can I do
look
for you,
under
Commander?
built items here. So armor, Predator armor, we need 150 supplies. So if we can kick up 20 supplies, let's see what else do we need. Need 6 Advent Trooper corpses and 20 alien alloys. You know, so we could go. We could go to the black market. What else? Okay, we don't care about some cave. What else we got here? Alien alloys, the black market, build faster. So what I think we're gonna go ahead and do is go back to the black market.
Avenger plotting new course.
See if we can't pick up 20 supplies.
Market is open.
So I know we're not going to have that option. So why did I bother looking? Let's see here. What do we have extras of that we can sell? And if we sold one of them, we need 6 of those, so don't want to get too crazy. Here we go, one of those. What else don't we necessarily need? The expanded magazine, the tracer rounds. I like the tracer rounds. You know, I don't know if we need 2 of the venom rounds. See, that would pretty much work for us. You know, and then maybe we don't necessarily need this other stuff. Just 27 should get us by. So let's do that. Then let's go back. Let's see, we wanted to go
Hello,
to
Commander.
build items. We want to go to armor. We want to go to Predator armor.
The aptly named Predator armor should give our soldiers increased longevity in the field.
How's it feel, April? Looking good. Looking good. Okay, so that'll make us a lot tougher. I don't know if that opens up any additional proving ground projects. Let's see, that would open up experimental armor, which I think are going to be vests, which are going to be kind of like the nano scale vest thing. Experimental stuff, which I think we already got going on. Okay, let's go ahead and keep on going. See what we can find. So what was I thinking? Oh, let's try. I wanted to buy this. 100 supplies. Okay, so I kind of messed that up. Kind of messed that up. You know, we really can't go... I guess we could go make contact. Where's this thing at? So the Western U.S. How close am I to making contact with them? Yeah, we can't quite pull that off. So what we may need to do is just go here.
Setting course for
now.
Sector 14, East Asia.
Shredder gun. This wrist-mounted slug thrower sprays a cone of razor-sharp particles, damaging multiple enemies and shredding their armor. One shredder gun has been added to the inventory. I like that. Let's see, what else can we potentially get cooking here? Proving grounds. Choose project. We can go with an experimental heavy weapon. Do we want to do that? Let's see, ammo is an option. Armor. Let's go ahead and go with the experimental heavy weapon. What would this do for us? You know, let's go with experimental armor. Let's give that a try.
Right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
Shen, if you could send word when it's complete, I'd appreciate it.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander. The aliens make a strong statement by fielding these massive creatures as their frontline combat units. I doubt they thought anyone would resist when faced with the alternative of staring down a muton.
I know Farron has gotten to know one quite personally as when he was knocked out by one in one of our retaliation missions. So an advanced grenade launcher, pretty awesome. A plasma grenade, can't complain about that. Let's go ahead and do the advanced mech breakdown.
These robotic units, developed by Advent, seem to be wholly autonomous, capable of targeting and engaging selected units without reliance on external verification. Although it falls on me to work through the initial disassembly, I fully intend on involving Shen in this process, as her knowledge of robotics far outweighs my own.
Very cool. All right.
I have to admit, there is something exciting about working under the more intense conditions found on the Avenger. Every decision, every development is of the utmost importance. There's no room for mistakes here.
You got that right. Okay, so we have 1 day until we pick up our resistance comms.
Resistance Communications Facility now operational.
Yeah, I guess we need to go take a look at that. Let's see here. So we have one contact available to us. We probably have some engineers. Maybe we don't have any engineers that are available.
Power relay now operational.
Okay, let's go take a look at that. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
Roger that, Shen. Okay, so now I know we should have... Do we have some engineers that are available? Or are they all over here? Alright, you can go there. Probably a little bit of a waste. Let's see, we have 19 of 30 power, so we have plenty of power, which means we could free up this engineer. See, that puts us at 19 of 25. Let's see, we're probably going to start feeding people back into some of these other things as time permits. Do we want to build another workshop there? Let's see, supplies. I have a feeling this debris will probably clear faster. So we're going to go ahead and get working on that. Yep. You know, it probably would pay off to actually take someone out of here, but we'll be doing that soon enough anyways. Okay, so now we actually have some ability to go and develop our contacts, which is probably what we need to do. And we should probably go to the western US so we can start working towards this Advent site. So let's go do that.
Commander, we've utilized all of our available communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems.
Alright. Thank you for that, Shen.
Attempting to establish local regional contact.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Advent has legions of these mechanized units out there helping to keep the peace. As far as I can tell, they're fully automated and armed to the teeth.
Alright, so new items available. The Gremlin Mark II. The Mark II Gremlin is an improved version of the standard Gremlin drone. Not only will it increase the hacking stat of our specialists, but many specialist abilities improve their effectiveness when the Gremlin becomes more advanced. That is great. This thing here is pretty amazing. With the number of mechanized units Advent has available to throw at us, developing munitions capable of disabling them should be one of our higher priorities. Tygan suggested we look into disrupting their core operating system, and I agree, it's a good place to start. Oh boy, what do we want to do here? Alien encryption or the Illyrium? You know, let's go ahead and do this alien encryption for now.
I assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
New orders, Commander?
You assume too much, Tygan. You assume too much. Okay, this blue screen protocol. We're going to do, as soon as we're done with the experimental armor, we're actually going to go to this blue screen protocol. Just too good of stuff to pass up. Okay, let's see if we can make a contact here. Oh yeah, let's go do that. Make sure we have our guys doing what we need them to do. You know, the defense matrix is a possibility, but I don't think we're necessarily going to do that. Let's get multiple people working on that. Alien machinery. It's just gonna... Let's see, let's get 2 people working on that. Excavate there. So we got 9 days, 15 days. We have 2 empty slots, but we really don't have enough to start building too much. So we're just gonna take that easy. Experimental armor complete. By reinforcing the nanoscale vest with specialized materials, soldiers gain an additional health boost and are completely resistant to any environmental hazards like fire, acid, or poison. 1 hazmat vest has been added to the inventory. Pretty cool. Okay, I said that we wanted to get something else going, so let's go take a look what that was. It's in our proving ground. Choose project. Let's see, heavy weapon, armor, grenade, skulljacks, blue screen protocol. You know, the battlefield medicine would not be a bad thing. Plasma grenade would be cool, but let's do this blue screen protocol. It's going to be our last core that we have for now.
Interesting choice. I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
Thank you. I think that is a pretty important project that we need to do. Okay, so we have a retaliation that's interrupting us here. Commander, Advent has discovered one of our resistance havens. They are targeting innocent civilians in a reprisal strike. Well, we're definitely going to do something about it, so let's
Setting course
start
for the
moving over
West
there.
Asian corridor.
How dare they go after that sector in the West Asian corridor, or whatever she said. So I think our gremlins are probably still the Mark I. You can see everybody now has that heavy armor on. Let's see, what is that called again? What is that called? The Predator armor. Oh, and so when you get the Predator armor, you may notice we all now have an additional slot, which means we can start to equip some of these other cool toys that we have. So like for Mike here, you know, what do you want to give him? Oh, let's go ahead. We could give him the hazmat vest, which makes him pretty tough. You can send him into fire, acid, poison, increases his health even more. You know, maybe that's overkill to give him that. You know, he did pick up one of his abilities, which I'm thinking if we gave him the tracer round, increasing his accuracy, it would be pretty powerful. And then what I think we're going to do with Brent, actually, is we'll give Brent the hazmat vest. Because, you know, he's kind of like our Madden's guy. You just give him all the funny toys, so he has to have the hazmat vest. Let's see here, Cavalier. You know, the gas grenade becomes pretty interesting with him because he has a med kit. He could go into the gas. Brent could go into the gas. You know, that kind of ends up being kind of interesting. And then we could also do like the dragon rounds. I'm not sure if that's the best thing for him or not. Let's just equip him with a grenade for now. Let's see, April. You know, maybe we'll give her a flashbang. If she gets into trouble, she can throw that out. Isabel, what do we want to give you? You know, the nanoscale vest might not be bad for you since we like to throw you in these horrible situations. You know, dragon rounds could be good for you. You don't have quite as much utility as, say, Cavalier with his gremlin and being able to attack. You know, so we might do something like that. I wonder if we give Farron another different type of round. I don't know. Ooh, we could actually give him the shredder gun. Let's give him the shredder gun. Anyways, that's looking like lots of fun there. I wonder if there's any items that we could build. Not really. You know, we could... Oh, the advanced grenade launcher. The Gremlin Mark II. You know, we might just have to go ahead and build this Gremlin Mark II. That's going to cost 50, that's going to cost 75. Let's see, that advanced grenade launcher is going to have a larger effect radius and be able to shoot it farther. The Gremlin Mark II is going to be great. But now that I'm thinking about the retaliation ones, usually are not so much about having mechs and such. You know, we may even consider leaving one of our specialists behind in this one. So let's go ahead and do the advanced grenade launcher. I know that's tough. And then it's actually, let's not even take along... not take along Cavalier. That is a tough one. Let's see, he has 2 more levels to gain, so maybe we'll take him along, but I don't think we necessarily needed to increase. Let's see here. You know, neither of those are that great for him. The scope is alright, I guess. Could give him an autoloader. Yeah, I don't know how big of a deal that is, though. Guess we could give her an extended magazine. I guess we could give Cavalier the autoloader. I don't know if it's that important, but it may come in handy at some point. So there we go. That is a good place to stop. In the next video, we'll go ahead and do this retaliation. It says it's very difficult, so maybe someone will die. Who knows? I'd like to thank you all for watching XCOM 2 as we make our way towards regaining Earth. I'm Chris Cavalier, and I'll see you in the next video.